again from the Mount Vernon Inn. This is Kade.
Hello.
I'm going to put out 2 videos today, but this one's going to be a little bit different. We are working on flower arrangements. Now, if you go on our website, our Facebook page, you'll be able to see pictures of our gardens. Now, it's winter here in Ohio, so generally we source our flowers from the gardens. However, being that it's cold, there's not much in bloom, really all I'm going to get is filler foliage. So that's going to be our boxwoods, our holly, our spruce, some pine trees, and our Boston ivy. We're going to pull those from the garden, and then I have some local flowers that we're going to incorporate. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to set the arrangement, and then I'll show you kind of how we place them throughout the inn.
I will put a little disclaimer in there. I've made the point that I'm not a professional baker. I am also not a professional florist. So bakers and florists out there, if you disagree with what I'm doing, please feel free to comment on the videos and let me know where I could tweak my either recipes or instructions a little bit. Again, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm no Martha Stewart, but Martha Stewart, if you're watching, hit us up. Anyway, let's get started.
What I did first was I pulled all the old arrangements from the tables and I picked out what I could use from them. We try to reduce, reuse, recycle here at the end, so I'm going to pick all the live ones out of the arrangements and categorize them so I know what I'm working with, and then go ahead and pitch the old ones. So Studies show
that having floral arrangements around the house not only increases mood, but it lowers blood pressure, it increases creativity, and it helps with cognitive functioning. So, I don't think that they're working on me yet. However, by the end of this video, I'm going to be on point.
One of the things I like to do, this is kind of my little trick, I guess, is when you have everything separated and you know what tools you're working with, so to speak, if you have any bread ties laying around or floral wire or rubber bands or anything, what I do is I go ahead and I pick a little bit from each category and I make an arrangement, a tiny one, and then I go ahead and tie it off. Now that just basically makes it uniform. So if I were to put this in a vase with another little bouquet, I would have all the same elements in each piece, in each size. Basically you're just trying to make it symmetric. That's one little tip. And then sometimes if I have a flower arrangement that's against a wall or in a corner or kind of like a wall piece, basically what you want to do is you want to get your high filler foliage in the back. I like to have like pops of, you know, spruce trees, spruce limbs, pine trees hanging out, and then you sort of gradually bring it back in with your pops of color and then your accent pieces. I'm not against using fake floral. I think sometimes that can make or break the piece, so that's just what I like to do. It might not make sense until I show you the pictures, because I honestly don't even like the sound of my own voice. So this has been a long rant, but let's go ahead and keep playing with it.
Side note, I think I learned how to turn on high definition when I take videos, so if you can see my pores right now, it's working.
And be sure to cut your ends off, much like your hair, if you have it. I don't. Just cut your ends off so it encourages regrowth. If it's an arrangement that's going to be visible from each side, we have a long table here at the end that from every angle you get to see the flower arrangement. So in that case, I just like to build up the middle a little bit, keep your high pieces in the middle, and then let it just cascade over on each side so every person gets a little taste of beauty. All right, let's hope this HD isn't too strong, otherwise you gotta take a look at this. But I wanted to show you the dining room. You can kind of see a centerpiece right here, how it's tall in the back and then stacked forward with the pops of color and everything. So you can tell basically from the dining room that we love to play in the garden. We've made the wreaths, we made the tablescapes, but I did want to show you, if we can swing around here real fast. If you look right here at the vase, this little bit of gold ribbon. If you have an ordinary vase that you want to dress up per season or per an event or whatever, just use some ribbon, tape it around it, and then that creates like a whole new atmosphere. They went from like blasé vases to fancy vases, so that's a little trick I use too. All right, I'm outside now. This is just stepping outside of our dining room. and you have the standard rooms lining the block here. So as soon as you walk out of the standard room, you're basically just immersed in, like I said, what's been called the gem of the West Side, or the oasis of the West Side. So this is typically where we get most of our flowers and foliage from. It's so cold out there. That was just a fun little video, hopefully informative. I know I didn't go through too much because I got busy, but if you do need tips and tricks on flower arrangements, go ahead and talk to your local florist. And then if you are a local florist and you're watching this video, you can come book with us and give me some pointers if you'd like.
I tried to wink right there and my eye just stayed open, so I could never even flirt.
Just wanted to throw a plug to the gardens. I know it's winter time right now, so there's not too much going on out there, but it's absolutely beautiful. We truly are the oasis of the West Side, or the gem of the West Side. So I just wanted to give a shout out to all the people who have wrote in and commented that they just had a wonderful experience via the gardens. So this one's for you. We thank you very much. And I wanted to show you guys all the fine little details that go into making each guest stay here just a personable and inviting and warm experience. So thanks, and we will see you next time. Peace.